Okay, so welcome to another virtual field trip. I'm your host, Raleigh, and we'll be going towards St. Anne's and field trip in one. We'll be going to Fern Gully, but before we reach Fern Gully, we'll be looking at um, the the river that's at Flatbridge. That river that they say that is haunted. Right, we'll be looking at BOG WALK Gorge. Right. Okay, so BOG WALK Gorge it has rich historical context, and this field trip can be outlined for as a means of tourism. You can use it for tourism, and you can use it to look at river features. Features from along the river coastline. Well, along the river channel, right? So it's like this field trip had so much rich information that we actually spent the entire day, half of the day here and the other half at the other location in which we're going to be talking about very shortly. Now, this is a gorge, right? And we all know what gorge are, right? Okay, cool. Now, as you all know, Jamaica is rich in limestone, and this gorge is like rich with limestone, right? It's as if you take a knife and be cutting it through a pudding or a cake, because it's so dynamic in its location. Now, funny enough, before you reach the Flatbeach area, there are two gates. These gates are gates which are closed in the event of the area being flooded. So this is one of the gate that you're looking at right now, right? This area is used by fisher folk to actually catch fish, and it's also used by the National Water Commission, that's the water agency in Jamaica, to actually, and I'm talking about the river channel itself now, right? It's actually used by the National Water Commission as a means of water source. Right now, this area is also used. Well, the water itself from the river is also used as a means of irrigation for farmers that is nearby, and also by the aluminum plant that actually uses the water from it. Also, right, this area is thick with vegetation of all types. Right, persons use it as a means of entertainment, sometimes swimming. Sometimes you might find tourists come here and take pictures, right? You have a lot of what I call it now, scenic areas within the BOG WALK Gorge, right? This at this point in time, when we went in 2016, right, we had rain over the weekend, right? So the water itself looked a little bit brownish. Right now, as you see, vegetation is in the river. Now, the vegetation in the river occur as a result of the deposition of silt and sand washed down from highland areas, such as at the sidings, right, into the river, and over time vegetation actually grows in the river. Now, the BOG WALK Gorge is known for a lot of accidents. Right, the road is narrow, right, and I think a couple of years ago, prior to this, they had an initiative where they actually changed the layer of the road from asphalt to concrete. Right now, the BOG WALK Gorge is a very unique space in that persons actually peddle their wares. There, you have breadfruit, mangoes, orange fruit. All these things can be, you can actually get them within the BOG WALK Gorge, right? As I said before, there's a lot of the ecology here is rich. You can get a lot of actual plants within the BOG WALK Gorge. If you're looking for plants, I think at one point in time, persons usually actually cut timber here years ago, right? But it is like it is a site where in which these things are not allowed. Right, as I said before, it is prone to flooding, and one of the reasons why it's prone to flooding is that the drainage is really bad. Now, the BOG WALK Gorge area is actually what do you call it? On both sides of the gorge, you have highland area that has rich vegetation, right? And if you're a tourist in Jamaica, you would want and you're really fond of nature, you would really want to go to BOG WALK Gorge, and this would be a really awesome space for you to do a geography SBA field trip. Now, as I said before, the area is covered, 75% of Jamaica is limestone, right? This area is a clear example of a limestone landscape because it actually mirrors what actually exists throughout Jamaica, right? It is laden with limestone features, limestone rocks. The area, a few meters away, or should I say, a few kilometers away, right? You have the bauxite plant. That limestone, as a result of limestone, what I call it now, weathering, they end up with bauxite, and from the bauxite ore you get alumina, and from the alumina you get aluminium. So this space is rich in limestone that it is being capitalized upon, and I mean the alumina, right? And the whole fact that you can actually do mining somewhere nearby. On several occasions the bauxite plant have been charged for actually releasing waste within the river, which actually caused death to the fish that exists within the river itself, right? Points to note is that persons actually use the river as a means of livelihood, right? So they would catch fish, they would, they would, sometimes they do unscheduled tours with individuals, rafting and all of that, right? In certain section, right? And persons actually live beyond the bushes, right? And this is a rock that persons refer to as the pum pum rock, right there. They will call it the pum pum rock, right? It's like when I was a child, I usually I usually laugh and marvel at that, right? So the pum pum rock is like a tourist attraction to some persons, right? You had at one point in time, before, like during the period of as I said before, around here has rich history. You had before, well, during slavery, right? You had a mechanism in which would actually take the water from the river onto the sugar plantation, right? And this area is so built. It has a rich historical background. It is so amazing, right? There's a lot of things within the BOG WALK Gorge that marvels you. One such thing is the flat bridge. They are saying that the flat bridge is haunted, and that a particular time of year, persons will actually die at the flat bridge because the flat bridge was built by slaves, and blood is needed and all that. So that's a total different ball game, in which probably if you have time, you can actually visit it and do a SBA project on that. But for now, we are focused on using this as a tourist attraction. One, you can use the whole idea that you have a pum pum rock, right? Two, yeah, the area is so scenic. It's so laden with scenic features that actually mirrors the slavery era point in history, right? It is also it's navigatable. It can be used for rafting. It can be used for fishing, and persons from all walks of life actually peddle their wares along the BOG WALK Gorge, selling different fruits and different things that all in one place. You won't really find that unless you go through the BOG WALK Gorge. I hope that this field trip actually interests you. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Cool.